I'm cycling 200 kilometers from Montreal to Ottawa. I've never done this kind of distance in one day before, so come with me to see the sights and find out if I succeed.
This is a ride I've wanted to do for a while now, and it ended up being such a great day. The route I chose took me off Montreal Island, along the Lake of Two Mountains, into the western Quebec townships of Hudson and Rigaud, before joining a bike trail that took me through St-Eugène and St-Eugène in Ontario, eventually leading me to the nation's capital of Ottawa. It was an early morning wake-up call to begin this epic journey.
It's just past 4 in the morning and I'm about to do something a little bit crazy even for my own standards, which is to ride my bike from Montreal to Ottawa. The previous longest bike ride I've done has been 164 Ks, so it's quite in excess of that. I'm curious to see how I feel at the end of this. All right, I've pressed the button to go. Let's get this started. Wish me luck, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect bike riding conditions right now. It's 20 degrees, beautiful weather. No traffic. Really nice to see Montreal at this time of the morning. Made it to the Lachine Canal, and there's about 35 kilometers until I get off the island. I nearly ran into this tree that's fallen across the trail. It was impossible to see at this time of the morning. It scared the shit out of me. Oh, it's bloody windy this morning. I'm at a place now where the map wants me to get to the other side of the highway here, but there's so much construction in the way and it's not even possible to get through. I'm very confused.
I took a short detour underneath Valois Station, eventually finding my way back onto the route in suburban Pointe Claire.
27 kilometers of the way through. Had a really strong headwind there by the riverside. It was quite uncomfortable. But now that I'm here in the Pointe Claire, Beaconsfield kind of area, I'm surrounded by a bit more infrastructure and it's still windy, but a little more sheltered. I think they got a little bit flooded last night. Made it into Saint-Anne-de-Bellevue. Just need to cross this bridge now and I'll be off the island. From here I'll continue on another 20 kilometers to Hudson and I'll stop and get some breakfast there. Now I get to follow this beautiful lakeside road for the next 10 kilometers or so until I reach Hudson. This is called the Lake of Two Mountains. Hudson appears to be a very quaint little town, but it's still 10 to 8 in the morning and there's nothing yet open for breakfast. So I'm going to keep going down this road to get to the next town of Rigaud. I'll take breakfast there, and that will be the start of the bike trail that will lead me to Ottawa.
The ride out of Hudson was delightful, despite the poor quality rural roads, and by now, as you can see, the sun had well and truly come out. I continued on towards my breakfast stop.
Made it to Rigaud. "77 Ks through, just locked the bike up and gonna go grab some breakfast." That was a good quality breakfast. I needed that. Now that I'm filled up, I'm ready for the next 117 kilometers to get to Ottawa. It's crazy to think I've already done 77 and there's still 117 to go. Wow. And this here is the very beginning of the trail that's going to take me pretty close to Ottawa. I think I've got 70 or 80 kilometers along this trail. I'm looking forward to the serenity and the fact that there's not going to be any cars. As you can imagine, this is a nightmare to ride across, so I'm walking instead. Have a look at this beautiful river. That old railway bridge is over, so now I can get back on the bike and ride. Yeah, we had a lot of rain last night and I was a little bit worried about the amount of puddles that would be on the trail today. Seems there are a few, but hopefully only just in this area and it gets a bit better up ahead, which does seem to be the case.
As you'll see shortly, I spoke way too soon.
Barely 100 meters in and I'm already faced with a crossroads, but I believe I go this way. Well, I can tell you this is an awful trail so far, and if this goes on for much longer, Ah, fucking hell, look at this. Ah, for fuck's sake. This is ridiculous. Okay. That was not a very pleasant obstacle to clear. Seriously, if there's much more like this up ahead, then I'm gonna have to ditch the idea of taking the trail and get back on the road instead, which is gonna be very disappointing because I was really looking forward to this trail.
Then barely 100 meters later, this.
Something's not right here. Am I on the wrong trail? I'm so confused. I'm sure I'm on the right trail. I mean, I think it's just not possible to take this trail. I have a plan. I think what I'm gonna do is go back and take the road to a town in Ontario called St-Eugène, and I believe from there I should be able to access the trail. Perhaps there's just no maintenance on the trail between St-Eugène and Rigaud, but at least that gives me some hope. Well, you look at this. This is just an awful trail. This has been the most unpleasant bike riding I've done in a long time. Back on the road now and should be at St-Eugène within about half an hour or so. I'm a bit annoyed by that little interlude. Wasted a bit of time. There's not so many hours in the day and I want to get to Ottawa before night time. So hopefully I can pick up some speed getting to St-Eugène. A very quick stop here to appreciate the borderline of Ontario. St-Eugène, Ontario. Wow, this is a super slow town. Not much goes down here, I can tell you that. Stopping here in St-Eugène for a quick cold drink because I think it might be the last shop I'll see for quite some time. Okay, apparently the bike trail should be just up here in a couple of meters. Let's see. There we go. This is more like it. All right, I'm much happier with this. I can do 70 or 80 Ks of this. There's not allowed to be any motorized traffic on this trail, but there's a guy just up ahead taking up both lanes in his tractor. Hello, cows. Well, my watch just beat to tell me I've done 100 kilometers. So I'm around about the halfway mark here in the middle of countryside Ontario along this beautiful bike trail. It's not so often you see a snake in Canada. Actually, the last snake I saw was along my trip from Toronto to Montreal. So I just spied this little guy sunning himself on the path. Just managed to get a shot of him before he snuck away. It's nice that they have these rest areas every now and then, but I think I'll keep going a bit longer before my next stop. And I just realized this section of the path is paved as well. Found a little spot to sit and take a sip for a minute. This is the site of the old Caledonia Springs station, which was built in 1898. Apparently it was the most beautiful of all the stations between Montreal and Ottawa, and people used to come here on Saturdays to go to a very prestigious spa that used to be here in the area. I'm well and truly past the halfway mark, and I'm still feeling pretty good. Obviously I'm a little bit sore, as can be expected, but I feel like I still have enough energy in me to finish off this trip. Calories. That was a nice little break. Back on the trail now for the afternoon shift. What a disappointment. I was really hoping for a nice view of the huge looking river, but the view is completely blocked. There we go. I'm at about 137 and I'm feeling quite a slump at the moment. My energy levels have really gone down, so I'm gonna rest here for a little bit, eat some more nuts, take a sip, and hopefully I'll be back in good shape the next 60 Ks. There's a small town back up this way, 3 kilometers away, called St-Eugène, so I'm gonna go back, make a short detour, drop by a convenience store and pick up some Gatorade. I think I need some electrolytes in my body. Success. Hopefully this is gonna get me back into shape. Back on the road. We'll find out soon if it was worth the half-hour detour to get the Gatorade. And here's that huge river. And it was definitely worth it. I'm feeling better already after 5 minutes.
Here's a bit of the town of St-Eugène, but yeah, it's incredible how much those electrolytes helped. I was back on the trail in no time, ready and energized for the final 60 kilometers.
You know, if the water wasn't so grey and murky, I'd jump in for a dip. Pulled up quickly here at the Hammond Pavilion, and I'm celebrating the fact that I've just passed 165 kilometers, which is equal to the longest I've ever ridden in one day in the past. So anything from here on is a new personal record for me. I'm very happy about that. Just want to see how long I have until Ottawa. I want to go to Parliament Hill. Oh geez, still another 39 kilometers. My God. I'll be there probably by 6 or just past 6 at this rate. But I'm definitely going to make it, and I'm very happy to be out here on this ride today, despite how exhausted I feel right now. Down to a single lane trail now. I'm at the 180 kilometer mark, and I just want to sit down. This rail trail out here is so good. If this is the kind of thing that you love doing on your weekends, coming out and doing 70 or 80 kilometers worth of biking along a peaceful countryside trail, then this is the spot for you. The scenery today has been spectacular. The little creeks and tributaries that are crossing the path, and the fields and the sky and the greenery. It's been really, really nice to come out here. I think 200 kilometers is a little on the extreme side. Not sure that I would do this again, but yeah, again, happy that I've come out here and at least done it once in my life. 24 to go. Let's get cracking. We appear to be reaching some civilization. I'm very soon to leave the trail and deviate onto the road, which will take me the final distance to Parliament Hill. At about 85 k's today on the trail, which is a lot more than I thought I was going to get. I'm very impressed. A final stretch to Ottawa. 12 k's to go. Thank God. Normally I don't enjoy riding along these suburban highways, but it's really lifted my spirits this time because it means we're getting close to Ottawa. The 200, God damn it, I've done it. That makes me really happy. That's given me a lot of energy to keep going on this final stretch. Yes! And there's my first glimpse of the Ottawa city skyline. I just found a little groundhog. Hey, buddy. And there it is. That's Parliament Hill. That's where I'm headed to. Oh, yeah. And here it is. I made it after 205 kilometers, 11 hours and 51 minutes of riding time, over 14 hours of elapsed time. I made it to Parliament Hill in Ottawa. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me take a rest. This is an accomplishment. I am so happy, and I so desperately want to go to my hotel and have a shower and lay down for a couple of hours. My God, what an adventure. All right, I've done everything I wanted to do here. My hotel is 1 kilometer that way, so I'm going to get there and check in and chill. I'm all showered and ready to go out and get some food soon, but before I do, just some thoughts on the ride. It wasn't so interesting for the first 40 or 50 kilometers getting out of Montreal because it was dark and because I'd done it many times before, but I really enjoyed the final 10 kilometers coming into Hudson, and then of course the trails, not starting from Rigaud. That was a mistake. Google Maps led me on a wild goose chase with that, but starting from St-Eugène. Yeah, the trails were really well maintained. I was very happy with that. I was glad that there were not so many puddles, considering we had so much rain the previous evening. And also riding into downtown Ottawa, that was fun. I really enjoyed that. I'd never ridden my bike in Ottawa before, so that was a new experience for me. Would I recommend this trip to any other cyclists out there who are interested in going from Montreal to Ottawa? Yes, I would actually. If you think you have the capability to do 200 Ks, I think it's worth it. Of course, if you wanted to shorten it, you could start at St-Eugène and do only the trail into Ottawa, or you could park your car at one of the many car parks along the way and just do a small segment of the trail. But it's so nice out there, and I fully recommend it on a beautiful summer's day like today. But enough of my thoughts. It's time to go get some food in my belly. A much needed beer after a hard ride. Cheers.
The next morning, I took some time to walk around the Bywood Market District. The plan today was to rent a car to drive back to Montreal, but little did I know at this stage, the adventure wasn't over just yet.
I really enjoy Ottawa. It's probably my 5th or 6th time here, and every time I'm in the city I get this feeling that it's just a good place. It's safe, it's clean, it just has a really nice ambience to it. Sometimes I wonder how life would have been if I'd come here to Ottawa instead of Toronto or Montreal.
I picked up the car, stuffed the bike inside, and drove about 60 Ks to the town of St. Albert, famous for its cheese factory. I spent way too much money here on dairy products, but not so far out of St. Albert, this happened.
These arseholes at Avis gave me a car with a flat tyre.
This is where I learnt the hard way that cars these days don't come with a spare tyre. All you get is an air compressor.
Just not working. I tried using it with the tyre sealant, I tried using it without the tyre sealant, and the damn tyre I think is just too far damaged. I think I have no choice but to call roadside services. I'm so annoyed.
If you are calling to place a new road service request, please press 2.
Here's the update. I called Avis, who told me to call GM Roadside Services. They told me that there was no way that anyone could bring me a spare tyre. The only thing they could do would be to pick up the car and tow it to a tyre shop, but there are no tyre shops anywhere in the area that are open at the moment because it's a Sunday. So then I called Avis back, and now they're arranging for someone to come and pick up the car to tow it to one of the Avis dealerships, and there I'll have to drop it off and get a replacement car. But apparently it's all at my cost because I didn't take the roadside service option. Oh well, it's all part of the adventure. I'll get back home eventually. I certainly did not factor in a trip in a tow truck.
Actually, I couldn't have asked for a better tow truck driver. He was a good bloke, we had a great chat, and he returned me to the Avis depot in very good time.
So I have my new car. The people at Avis have very kindly given me this Honda Civic to take back to Montreal instead. I'm just gonna swap the bike over from one to the other. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when there's no spare tyre in the trunk of the car. You're forced to use the compressor, and if the tyre is so badly damaged that no air can get in, then you're basically stuck and you have no choice but to call a tow truck. This could easily have been solved if there was a damn spare tyre in the back. So if you're a car manufacturer and you're selling cars without spare tyres in the back, then get lost. I hate you. It's 6:30 p.m. and can you believe I'm only now leaving Ottawa to finally make my way back to Montreal. I should be home by 8:45.
And indeed, at around 8:45, I arrived back in Montreal to return the car.
The car's been dropped off and the adventure's over. Time to go home now. I really didn't anticipate this craziness today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and stay tuned for further adventures in the future. Ciao.
That's it for now. I hope this video helps inspire someone out there to do this wonderful 200 kilometer bike ride for themselves.